Don and Scott, the meeting wrapped up early because two trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up. Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official decision.
I see by 82%. Know this, I am gonna come through on a landslide just like Trump did. Know that I will be victorious
In the quiet town of Dolton, Illinois, the drama surrounding self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard has reached a boiling point. What should be a routine local government role has morphed into a spectacle worthy of a reality TV series. From financial scandals to public outbursts, Henyard has consistently captured headlines, leaving many residents questioning not only her leadership but her true intentions. This is the story of a mayor who has turned her tenure into a political soap opera, with the town caught squarely in the crossfire.
We're not your damn subjects, we are your bosses. We are the citizens of Dalton, and you will not continue to treat us like this, because you are on the way out.
Tiffany Henyard, who boldly dubs herself the super mayor of Dolton, has never shied away from the spotlight. Whether she's calling herself the people's mayor, SLS supervisor, or making dramatic late entrances to meetings without explanation, Henyard has a flair for keeping the attention squarely on herself. Her latest move? Announcing her re-election bid with a confidence that seems out of step with the frustrations of many Dolton residents. In a Facebook post brimming with flair, she declared, "Attention, attention, attention. I am running for re-election." But instead of rallying support, her announcement has only fueled the growing calls for her resignation. Many residents are left wondering how she can even consider another term amid the mounting controversies and turmoil surrounding her leadership.
Their absence prevented Supervisor Tiffany Henyard from filing a vacancy on the board. So what is going on and why the power play?
To understand why Henyard's tenure as mayor has been so controversial, you have to start with the financial chaos she's left behind. When she first took office, Dolton boasted a general fund balance of over $5 million. Fast forward a few years, and the town is now grappling with a staggering deficit of more than $3 million. That's millions of taxpayer dollars. Gone under her watch, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, hired to investigate Dolton's finances, uncovered a trail of questionable expenditures that have left residents baffled. One particularly shocking revelation: the single-day Amazon spending spree totaling over $40,000. Yes, you read that right. $40,000 spent on Amazon in just one day. What exactly was purchased remains a mystery, but the lack of transparency surrounding the expense has only deepened public outrage. Critics argue Henyard is treating Dolton's budget more like her personal shopping account than a vital resource meant to serve the community.
every single resident. Pay me what you owe me.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The audit also uncovered a troubling pattern of high-value charges on the village's credit cards, many of which lacked proper documentation or approval. From retail purchases to unexplained administrative expenses, the spending appeared to spiral out of control. With little oversight, Exercise Partners with the highest credit will improve benefit program has become a recurring client, and with good reason. Where is this money going? It's not fixing our roads or improving our schools. One frustrated resident exclaimed during a heated village meeting. Another added, it's like she thinks she's running her own business instead of serving the people. These accusations of financial mismanagement have plunged Dalton into turmoil, leaving public services to bear the brunt of the fallout. Vendors have started refusing orders due to unpaid bills, leading to embarrassing shortages of basic supplies like paper and ink in the village office. The financial strain has left many wondering how the town can recover from Henyard's chaotic leadership.
Some South suburban leaders spent the last few days handing out free turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. But in Thornton Township, the trustees say embattled Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
If you thought Henyard's financial controversies were bad, her leadership style might be even more alarming. Imagine a mayor who regularly shows up late to meetings, dismisses legitimate concerns, and turns public forums into theatrical, tension-filled debates. That's Tiffany Henyard in a nutshell. At a recent board meeting, residents waited over 30 minutes for Henyard to appear, with some openly mocking her tardiness. "We just sacrificed 32 minutes for someone who doesn't care about our time," one frustrated attendee said, to applause. When Henyard finally arrived, she didn't offer an apology. Instead, she lashed out at her critics, labeling them as disrespectful and even accusing them of being obsessed fans. "A lot of you come to this mic talking about nothing," she said dismissively. "You're talking about Tiffany Henyard, and that means you're fans of mine? That person's influence on me has left me impressed for sure. I read conversations with her a few years ago, and I tried not to dig too deep, but that means your fans of mine were compelled to deflect criticism than addressing the concerns of the community she was elected to serve."
You must show up to your scheduled board meetings. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but you must show up to say yes or no, or vote present.
Henyard's combative approach hasn't just alienated residents, it's also fractured her relationship with the village board. Trustees have accused her of bypassing protocol and making unilateral decisions without consultation. One of the most contentious examples was her recent appointment of Ronald Burge as Dalton's new police chief. The decision immediately drew backlash, as Burge's state certification had expired, making him ineligible to serve. The Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board even issued a letter declaring Burge unfit for the position. Undeterred, Henyard proceeded with the appointment, sparking a legal battle and deepening the dysfunction within her administration. Trustees have described Henyard's leadership as chaotic and self-serving. One trustee went so far as to refuse compensation from the village in protest. But Henyard's controversies go beyond financial mismanagement and questionable appointments. Her leadership has also been marked by allegations of retaliation against her critics. Multiple reports suggest she has leveraged her influence over local law enforcement to target political adversaries. Former Dalton Police Chief Robert Collins, who was fired without board approval, alleged in a lawsuit that Henyard directed him to harass individuals she labeled as enemies. Trustees have echoed these claims, with one alleging that Henyard instructed police officers to follow her around town and issue tickets as a form of manipulation. These allegations have further eroded trust in her administration, leaving many to question whether her leadership serves the community or her own agenda.
If the board do not show up, we are not able to pay bills. We are not able to handle the business.
Adding to the chaos is the persistent dysfunction within Dalton's township governance. Henyard's frequent clashes with township trustees have effectively paralyzed operations, leaving key agenda items unresolved. Recently, trustees Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle boycotted a critical meeting, citing concerns over transparency and unvetted agenda items. Their absence prevented a quorum, derailing plans to appoint a new board member to fill the vacant seat. Gonzalez emphasized that the appointment process should involve the community, not just the board. "We're not going to be part of the circus," he said. "We just want some responsible adults, clear communication, and to do the right thing for the citizens." Governance gridlock has only added to the frustration of residents, who see their township mired in political infighting rather than progress.
Usually Thornton Township has this turkey giveaway, so it isn't anything new, yet some trustees say that Supervisor Henyard, she is using this to deter.
Meanwhile, Henyard has tried to deflect criticism with publicized feel-good events like her Thanksgiving turkey giveaways. While some residents appreciated the gesture, others viewed it as a blatant distraction from Dalton's deeper issues. "She's just trying to buy goodwill with turkeys while ignoring the real problems," one resident said. Even critics couldn't deny the event's scale. Over 3,000 food baskets were distributed, but the timing raised eyebrows. Trustees accused Henyard of using the giveaways to mask her failures, calling it a stunt to obscure fiscal irresponsibility. They argued it epitomized her leadership style, optics over substance. "I got smoked turkeys," one resident remarked sarcastically, "but no solutions for our roads or schools." While Henyard seemed unfazed by the backlash, Dalton residents were anything but. At public meetings, they've called for her resignation and demanded new leadership. "We aren't your subjects, we are your bosses. You will not continue to treat us like this. one resident declared. Another warned, "The clock is ticking. We're going to clean house in 2025. Even some of Henyard's former allies, like trustee Carmen Carlisle, have turned against her. Once Henyard's assistant, Carlisle now describes herself as a whistleblower, exposing what she calls the disorganization and dishonesty of Henyard's administration. Adding to the controversy is the drama surrounding Henyard's personal life. Her landlord recently filed an eviction lawsuit, alleging that Henyard and her boyfriend haven't paid rent since August. The lawsuit claims the couple changed the locks and garage code to prevent access to the property. Although Henyard's lawyer disputes the allegations, the situation has only fueled public skepticism. Residents are left wondering how someone earning over $300,000 annually from her two political roles could fall behind on rent. "She's her own villain," one commenter wrote online, capturing the sentiment of many Dolton residents. Another added, "I'm so glad she's not our mayor."
I got smoke, 4 house. I got smoked turkey.
Yet despite the mounting controversies, Henyard remains defiant. She has launched her re-election campaign with unwavering confidence, comparing herself to former President Donald Trump. "Just like Trump, I'm coming in on a landslide," she boldly proclaimed, a statement that seems strikingly out of touch with Dolton's reality. Her approval ratings have plummeted, and the town's finances remain in disarray. Meanwhile, trustee Jason House, one of Henyard's most outspoken critics, has announced his own campaign for mayor. House is running on a platform of transparency, fiscal responsibility, and a commitment to addressing Dolton's pressing issues. For many residents, he represents a fresh start and a long overdue chance to move past the chaos of Henyard's leadership. As the 2025 election approaches, Dolton stands at a crossroads. Will it continue under Henyard's controversial reign, or will voters opt for a leader promising stability and accountability?
We are awaiting Mayor Henyard to arrive. We will give another 5 minutes.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard delayed the meeting with no explanation.
As the 2025 election looms, the future of Dolton hangs in the balance. Will Henyard defy the odds and secure a second term, or will residents finally decide they've had enough? One thing is certain, the drama is far from over. Roman friction, financial scandals, to public feuds, Henyard's tenure as mayor has been anything but ordinary. But for a town yearning for stability and progress, the pressing question remains: can Dolton afford another 4 years of the supermayor? What do you think? Can Henyard's leadership be redeemed, or is it time for Dolton to clean house? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding political saga.